What's up, guys? This is the first inaugural Peasant Chat edition of Talking Shit. I wanted to make a second one so that people that don't feel like paying on the super chat to get their question answered, we can just talk some shit on the regular Peasant Chat, and we can just kind of, talk shit there, and I don't have to feel the pressure of answering all the paid questions, and I'll monetize this video after it uploads. So, but the live stuff, you should not be able to pay me. So if I see a super chat, I'll go in there and get rid of it. But I did disable super chat for this. But before that, let me take a sip of my coffee. Oh yeah. So I guess there's some G-body owners in here talking about WE4s, which I guess was like a Buick that was offered with all the Grand National shit, but it was lighter. I know a little bit about that, but not enough. I love a old-fashioned GN or a Buick T-Type. That was a good little car growing up. So if I sound okay, what I'm going to start talking about today, I'm going to have a real laid-back demeanor. I am not going to be all intense today. It's too early to be intense. Vetted combos versus hodgepodge combos. Well, what does that mean, right? For all of you guys that, what's happening is the Coyote's been out 10 years. And F-150s and everything end up in the junkyard, and then you go to Parts Farm and you buy a F-150 motor or a Gen 1, Gen 2 Coyote, stuff it in a car, and then you start trying to reinvent the wheel. Once it's in a different vehicle, you start trying to reinvent everything. The Goblin says, what's up, Alex? What do you think about the on-3 twin turbo for the 11 to 14 Mustang GT? Thinking about that after get my built short block in. The Goblin, it makes power, but with most on-3 kits, you're going to have like valve float issues and stuff. So if you're going to get a badass built, Billy badass built motor, why are you going with, again, on-3's fine. On-3's fine. You know what I'm going to do? I'm not going to do this whole soliloquy of vetted combos. I'll sprinkle it in. I'm not going to go 15 minutes just talking and then 500 questions go through. I'll get right to the Peasant Chat. In my opinion, the on-3 kit is fine. You can make 1,000, no problem. But what is your goal? Like sevens, like badass turbo 400 sevens or a build 6R80 sevens. I mean, usually the on-3 kit is going to require modifying, meaning on our end, it's going to tune fine, but it's going to require modifications to, fix some of the shortcomings of the kit. No offense to on-3, the kit's fine. But once you get serious, turbo upgrades, air-to-air upgrades, air-to-water upgrades, or something you're going to have to consider. But Goblin, it's a good kit. It's just, you get what you pay for at the end of the day. DSS or Dynotech drive shaft, thoughts on either? Both are basically going to do the same thing. And you also can add G-Force in the mix. I need to get a G-Force drive shaft for the red car, G-Force axles for the red car, because I am not going to launch on the trans brake on the track with stock drive shaft, stock axles. No, thank you. Pat Mashlong says, my girl says your head looks weird. Never seen you without a hat. Hey, how about let's see your girl's ass. Let's see how weird her ass looks. Let's get your girl's ass. Email me a picture of your girl's ass, and I guarantee that shit ain't bubbly nice. It's probably got some craters in that shit and pimples on her ass. Let's see her talk about my weird head. Her feet probably nasty as shit too. Don't be talking shit about my looks, because I'm gonna go in. Unless you're fucking smoking hot Pam Anderson 1999, you can't say shit about me. You'd be lucky to end up with a dude like me in bed. Shit. Joe Jackson says, Crater self-shop built. We're talking motors, I think, Tyler. RPG engines are great. L&M. Actually, it was funny watching It's Just a Sixes video, and I'll talk about that briefly, because I guess the company that built the motor or assembled the motor or gave them something had a huge post on social media. I have issues in the morning, so you're going to have to just fucking deal with it. They issued a statement saying, oh, we didn't build that motor. I'm like, whatever. I think whatever his name is, Gavin, I think he's just done with the whole debacle. He doesn't care, and he's just going to move on to put that behind him, regardless of what anyone says, and that's a smart move. He actually, when you watch his channel, because that channel I do watch, he actually does a good job of informing you of what's happening. I watched and also, why do I watch it? Because we tune his vehicles now. So now I have a vested interest in how the cars do, how they present the product, and if there's anything that they need to do on their end to fix things. Number one, real quick, it's just a 6 Gavin. People dynoing your car. When you do a wide open throttle hit in a car that's a manual, clutch in after the pull. Clutch in after the pull. Do not let it decel in gear all the way down. That's where you have all that smoke. The rings are going, oh my God. Guys, when you make a pull, clutch in. Put it in neutral. Let the car coast down. Do not let it decel in gear because it takes forever. Do not do that. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. But yeah, I think you're going to go with L&M engines. You're going to go with RPG. You're going to go with fast forward engines. You're going to go with BES. You're going to go with all those guys. And I think you're in pretty good hands. Also, Keith Ray. Keith Ray builds the gray and blue Goose's motors. And there's no bigger co-signing off an engine builder than running it on your stuff. Marcus Marr says, is this going to be the dedicated day and time for the second live stream? Yeah. I mean, Sunday, 9:30. It's a nice little spot. I want to apologize for argument the other day. You didn't call me out. Want to apologize for argument other day. The guy didn't have to call me out, or was just my opinion. I don't know. He wants to apologize, or he's asking me to apologize. Weird. Morning, good streetable drag racing setup system for 11 to 14 Mustang. Thanks, great show. Thank you, Eddie Sesman. Any other companies are gonna be fine. It's all about who's adjusting it. You know, UPR, Team Z, Steeda. Guys like that are going to treat you well. TRX versus Shelby truck. Did you see it? No, I did not. Is that a comparable comparison? One of them is not made by an auto manufacturer. One of them is aftermarket. Okay, the Shelby truck is made by like Shelby America. So that's not a stock truck. The TRX is made by Dodge. So that's a stupid comparison. It's like people that put the Shelby 1000 versus anything Chevy makes from the factory. Dumb comparison. Warren Howard says, I just installed the FIC 1000 on Edelbrock 2650 this weekend. I had to modify the Edelbrock rails to make them work. Warren Howard, you're right. You're right. The Edelbrock rails seem to only fit OEM injectors. And if there's a slightly bigger O-ring, if there's a slightly different hat, so what I did, and I'm sure what you had to do, Warren Howard, is drill the mounting holes to the Edelbrock, because Edelbrock doesn't understand you can slot things. Edelbrock, slot things. It does not have to be the exact size of the bolt going through the rail into the blower. Please, Edelbrock, open it up, slot it. Hell, even what do you call it when you? I forget. Give us some clearance, because not all injectors are right on the money. Some O-rings are stiffer than others, and we need a little slop. Stop it. Joe Jackson says, Alejandro Frola is correct on the dyno info. Do not decel in gear. I love you. I'm trying to help. Don't decel in gear for 10 seconds. Gen 3 A10 fully stock. I want to go fast and be safe. Nothing crazy. What do you suggest? Best bang for the buck. A Whipple supercharger, a Odin supercharger, a Vortec V7 or a V3 is going to be fine. It's going to be fine. The car's going to go 10s, maybe 9s, depending on pulley and fuel setup, and it's not going to blow the car up. Now, remember, anything over about 800 wheel on any 10R80 is going to require clutches. So get clutches in that trans pretty quickly once you start making close to 800 wheel. Kyle Brandon in the house. Holy shit, King Daddy. He was like, good morning, Alex. Hope all is well. Nice to see an early live show. This one you can probably catch. Kyle, I will be installing the rear Steeda bar that you got me. I appreciate that very much. I'll be installing it today. I don't know if I should make a video about it, but what I'm going to do is probably this. Put the rear bar on, take the rear seats out, go back out there, make it hit, because it's kind of cool out. And I'm going to try to go to that concrete road way out there, and I'm not going to go all the way. I'm not going to do a 130 mile an hour hit. I'm going to do like a 60 foot. I want to see if I can better my 60 foot on the street consistently, maybe use a trans brake, maybe bring some of the traction compounds and see how it goes. Lunatic Beezy says, Gen 3, already got that. Puffin Performance is cool. Zach Morch, are you personally tuning his GT350? Zach, no, that is Junior. Junior's taking care of those duties. Also, good morning, everyone here, says Kyle Brandon. All right. Good morning. Everyone's saying good morning. Shout out again to Valley Racing Channel. I saw an 1.5-hour video of coin flips. Actually, I saw a video with Gravity who was almost going to get into a scrap I think the other guy's name's Daniel or something like that. And he was like, yo, we bet on this. And he's like, and the guy started taking his chain off, like, yo, we're gonna fight. So I guess over there, it's normal to just get into a fight. And I'm like, boy, I couldn't do that casually. I couldn't casually get into a fight. Like if I get to the point of wanting to fight you, I hate you for life. But these guys are like, yo, how much you bet? 100. No, I didn't bet 100. Yo, you want to fight? I'm like, whoa, you guys get right after it. Love the stream time. Something to listen to at work before football comes on. Exactly. That's why I did it. TKM does good work too. There's a lot of good builders out there for sure. Josh Bergman. Brad Boss says, morning, Alex. Do you suggest going through Hellhorse for built short blocks from RPG engines? Don't see any Gen 2 support on their website. RPG engines? I don't know. Are they dealers for RPG, or you can just go directly to RPG? I don't see why you just go directly to RPG. I don't know much about Hellhorse. I have no idea. Okay. Is this show called Morning Wood? Nickel, SF50. Turbo 400 swap on an NA setup. Okay. Eric Vega. Alex, rumors one of the field service engineers is that the Predator could be in the Raptor. That'd be cool. I mean, that'd be really cool. If the Predator motor ends up in the Raptor, that'd be awesome. Because then you have $100,000 trucks that can make 800. Now, I hope they don't put a DCT behind it. That dud of a transmission. I hope they don't put a DCT behind it. I hope they put what's the trans that's behind the F250, the 10R that's behind the big 10R 160 or 120 or whatever it is. Put the beefy big bitch 10R in there so that you can make 1200 wheel and shift it like a man. That would be awesome. I hope they don't do DCT on a Raptor. That, in my opinion, would make sense. I think 10R80, 10R 120, whatever the hell it's called, on a Raptor with a 5.2 Predator, woo! You know Lund Racing will buy that truck. Bet me on that. Lund Racing will buy that truck if it comes out. Fuck yeah, that's badass. 700, 800, 900 wheel, 10R on a truck, jumping shit. Fuck yeah. Matt McLean says, Alex, are the FIC 1000s okay? Really wanted the 1050s. Guys. I don't understand what the fascination is with brands. I don't get it. An FIC 1000 will support the same horsepower a 1050, a ID 1000, or a Deechwork 95. They all have Bosch bodies, but I think the 1050X uses a shorter body. But why are people tripping on brands, especially when it comes to injectors? FICs are great. I have thousands in my red car, 1440s in my white car, 1650s in my Fairmont, which got clogged up because the fuel system exploded. Check out my filter on my fuel system on the Fairmont. I don't even know how this could happen. I have no idea how this could happen. Yeah, if you can even see, this was my fuel filter cartridge on my Fairmont. It like disintegrated. It just like crushed and then sent shit down the pipe, and it clogged the injectors. So I replaced it with an Aeromotive big badass, and that's what I did on the Fairmont just recently, because man, I had issues, but it wasn't the injector's fault. It was the fault of the filter that collapsed and sent shit down the pipe. But yeah, FICs are fine. Buy them with confidence. Thousands, 1440s, 1650s. That's what we support currently. Chris Ragsdale says, I will never decel in gear again. I'm telling you, you know, and it's no fault of their own. I've seen some people do it. I'm like, why do you need to decel all the way down from that? I mean, why? Just clutch in, put it in neutral, let the car coast. I thought you were high and set the reminder. For Tuesday. Why live now? Woke up to a Heine, okay, and didn't want to go to church with her. Okay. Got it. I don't know what the hell he's talking about. Argument, Mantic clutch is better than RXT. It depends on the application. I think on the 18 and up MT82, I think the McLeod is better. Why do I say that? Because Ben Calamer says that he rebuilds transmissions for a living, and he says it, so I say it. Yonsa 50 is nitrous combos. How many people run separate fuel system for the wet kits? A decent amount, because if you're pulling fuel from the rail, especially on Gen 3, you might get like a fuel roll pressure low code, because you're pulling fuel from the rail. So it does have a fuel roll pressure sensor. So what happens is when you activate the nitrous and rail pressure drops, it throws a code. So a standalone fuel system is a nice idea for nitrous. Now people say, I just bought a Mantic based on your input. My input was on a Gen 1 Mustang MT82 and then a T56. That was how I did it. Now, with the Gen 3s, according to Ben, he prefers the McLeod. Yon Fiveohalex, how about is just a 6 giving London shot on 350 twin turbo, making good power, starts right up. Yeah, I mean, that's a very easy combo. We do that every day. Twin turbo GT350s make a ton of power with the ease, but that motor's built. I mean, understand that. That's not a stock motor. On a stock motor, anything over 900, I go, back it down, back it down. It should start right up, LOL. Wolf Racing's LOL. You'd be surprised how many tuners out there have issues making something start. Trust me, seen it. What's making you call the DCT a dud? I haven't paid too much attention to the 500s lately. I'm kind of out of the loop on that. It just, until we get TCM access, and even after we get TCM access, I still think that thing is going to be, it's a $20,000 transmission. Are you willing to, let's say you have all the access on the planet. Are you willing to have a DCT launch hard on a very heavy vehicle? GT500s are like 4,000 pounds, you know, like fully loaded unless you gut them. Okay. And then depending on how much power you're putting down, fuckers don't want to shift. They just don't want to shift. It just skips a gear depending on how much power you're putting down. There's only one that's been under 9.5, and that's Lund Racing tuning Evo's car. But then that's inconsistent. It does it like, I don't know, if you run down the track 10 times, it'll run that number 5 times. And then the other times the transmission goes, nah, fuck you. And it's just one of those things that I don't care about. Now, for road racing and regular general applications, yes. But for big boy horsepower, on a Raptor, yeah, I prefer the 10R. I would call RPG personally. Their site is only built short blocks for Gen 3 and 5.2. Yeah, call them personally. We get shit done from them. We tune shit all the time for that stuff. Sublime GT500 says RS3 for me, trading in my Roush for a new GT500. So excited. Oh no. Look, just do a pulley, free flowing exhaust, E85 and injectors, and stop fucking around, because you're going to be $12,000 in. Run a 10.0 or a 9.9 when a Gen 3 Coyote with a blower will blow your doors off in the weeds like nothing. Like homeboy was blowing Corvettes off in the weeds.
Great enthusiasm. We were blowing the Corvettes off in the weeds.
That's because people are raised on brands. Yeah, I believe that, Kyle Brandon. Did you clean the sand out of the Fairmont yet? No, man, that thing, it just keeps developing more and more sand. Nick Santarpia came over yesterday, dropped off the FIC 1650s that were clean, and we did a wide open throttle pull, and then the fucking belt shredded, because I don't have a green belt handy. I had just a regular bitch-ass belt. Did a WAP pull. It felt great, and then fucking I smelled something cooking. It got under the hood. The belt was shredded. I had like, the 8-rib became a 1-rib, so I had to limp it home. But yeah, there's just shit everywhere. So eventually, once that car is quote unquote situated, which might be never, I'll clean it up. But honestly, the plan with the Fairmont's probably going to be this: run an 850 or lower, and then just sell it. Because once the GT500 starts hitting the road, the Fairmont's probably going to sit. Now, I could sell it in 2 different ways. I could sell just the powertrain, engine, blower, trans, and the control pack, buy, and then keep the body, because I want to keep the body. Because, I don't know, I like the car. I'm going to sneeze. But, in my opinion, that car should have like a small block Ford with a stick. Like a badass small block Ford. Not like a bitch-ass small block Ford. I'm saying like a rowdy, stupid, high-winding, dumb, small block Ford, big inch, small block Ford, and be like a 9-second stick car, or something like that. But I don't know. I'd probably just sell the powertrain, be like, here's a Gen 2 Coyote motor that's built with an Edelbrock 2650 on top, with a 4R200, 6R80 equipped trans, Circle D converter, headers, put it in your Fox. And here's the K member too. Put this bitch in your Fox. See you later. Fuel filter came in a little too high power. Yeah, absolutely. Did you clean the sand on the Fairmont? Got that. Love your Ray Dunn coffee cup. Oh, thank you. I didn't even know that's what it was. Luna Ramirez. There's a girl in the house. Uh-oh. Alex, I'm currently stocked with Lundy 85R2 and I'm getting headers and a Steeder closed box. Do you think it will need a tire? Absolutely. Absolutely needs a tire. Douglas Gonzalez says, Mantic works well in my Fortune GT500. Yeah, look, Lund has a TR6060 in their 1290 horsepower show car. And it has a Mantic triple. It's just a 6, has a Mantic in his GT350. I had a Mantic in the black car. I don't have an issue with Mantics. If you have a Gen 3 stick Mustang, for whatever reason, Calimer says, run a McLeod. I need a clutch. I think I just smoked the clutch in the white car yesterday, fucking around. It has 30,000 miles on it, and I started to smell clutch, and I'm like, shit, it's time for a clutch. But what am I going to do? Do I just wait for Ben Calimer to send built shift forks in the thing, then do it all in one shot? Yes, I'm just going to limp that car around until I do it all in one shot. I don't want to put a clutch in it and then break the trans, take it out. No, fuck that. Luna Ramirez, what's everyone's favorite sex position? And she's gone. She's gone. Get the fuck out of here. Dumbass shit. Exactly, she's gone. Dumbass shit. Mad Riches, what the fuck, Luna? Rona. Yonce 50, does Lund have the support on the weekend? A friend of mine got a Lund tune yesterday and won't let the car ship from park. She's sad. That's weird. So that means they either got sent a manual tune. You know what? Post on the Lund Racing support site on Facebook. Go to the Lund Racing support site. Say that exact thing. Make sure, because we have seen, depending on where you order the tune from, we have seen auto tunes be sent to manual tunes because they were ordered as auto tunes. No, my car's a manual. It says auto in the tune order. So we sent you an auto tune, or vice versa. Alex, I have a 17 Mustang GT with a VMP Gen 3R. VMP told me the cats are a big restriction. Can I just do a cat delete and stick with the stock headers? How do the stock headers perform with no cats? You're going to need something like a Mac, if they even sell them anymore. You know, because of EPA, I don't even know if they sell them anymore. Mac cat delete or free flow and exhaust, but they perform fine. I had that on the red car forever before I put headers in it. No issue. Alex has bots. Yeah, there's some bots here once in a while. Thoughts on the ZL1 1LE versus GT350 performance and investment? Ooh, I think the 1LE, ZL1 1LE is probably a better suited to compete against what? The 350R, right? The R model, because the ZL1 1LE it's like a performance package, you know, badass Mustang versus the GT350, the 350 NA. Come on. You're basically saying, what year is it? You're basically saying a 650 horsepower, and it's a 1LE, right? Okay, so you're basically saying a 650 horsepower performance-oriented track situation, comparing it to a naturally aspirated GT350. That doesn't make any sense. Like, it legit doesn't make any sense. I don't even know why you would even compare the two. It's like saying, you know, does a GT350, does a Mustang GT compared to a Hellcat? You know, depends on the Hellcat. It's just, you're comparing apples to oranges. It's a bad comparison, in my opinion. Hey, do you have any knowledge on the Australian Coyotes? I was surprised that they already did a 5.2 supercharger in their Falcon. Yeah, they're fucking low compression, dud-ass piece of shit. They're junk. The Coyotes in Australia are absolute garbage. Like 9-to-5 compression, junk-ass, bitch-ass shit. And they make like 600, like fully built. They're junk. Morning, Alex. On my 14 GT with long tube headers, JLT, Series 2, 18 manifold, Lund tune, 93. Don't ask me how much power is it going to make. God damn it. Stop. Look, stop. I love you. I don't know what the fuck your car is going to make for power. I have no fucking idea. Typically, a full bolt-on Gen 1 makes like 420, 430. And don't get mad at me. That's what it makes. Jeremiah Camps completely, fully, when I say fully bolted on, CJ, injectors, FTW purple fuel, stage 3 comp cams, made like 480 wheel. I mean, everything done to the car. So your car, it's gonna make like 430. And don't get mad at me if oh, what the fuck, that's it? Yeah. Welcome to the world of Gen 1s. What RPM does Lund set the rev limiter on Gen 2 with ported 350 intake? Doesn't matter. Oh, well, if it's ported, we set it way higher. No, man, like 7,900. But if it's ported, 8,800. Fucking ported. The cams stop doing dick after like 7,300 RPMs. They go, nah, we're good. I don't give a shit if your shit's ported to the fucking moon. The rev limiter will not go any higher because your shit's ported. Now, if you have cams, and a badass CJ, yeah, we'll bring it up to like 8,200, 8,300. Any update on what the TPS issue was on the Blue Goose? The fuck is he talking about? TPS issue on the Blue Goose? The fuck is he talking about? That motherfucker's been 760s. What the fuck is he talking about? TPS issue on the Blue Goose. The fuck is he talking about? Who has the best twin turbo kit for 18 to 20 Mustang? It's hard to beat Aldo's stuff, and Manuel Gomez is out there building kits in-house. So if you go by what's the quickest shit out there now, it's going to be Aldo's stuff and Manuel Gomez's stuff. Good morning, Alex. I got an 18 Odin Equip GT. How do you feel about the lethal fuel system? How should I spec the kit? Get a 4 Innovations fuel system. But if it's ported, says King Coyote, ported. Oh, it's ported. I got my throttle body ported. Why the fuck did you do that? You know, I got this throttle body code. Yeah, you damn skippy, you got a throttle body code. Well, my porter said I needed a tune. Okay, tell him what do we need to change after he ports a throttle body? Ask him what we need to change. I don't know, that's your job. Oh, okay. So since he can tell us what to do on our shit, or can't tell us what to do on our shit, I'm going to tell him stop porting throttle bodies. It's fucking stupid. Joe Garemia says, thanks, Alex. I'm not mad. Hey, I answered it the best way I could. Justin Talley said, got rid of the lava red green one. Finally, I'm loving the 2020. You're going to love the 2020, especially with the E85 tune, Justin Talley. You're going to be happy you did it. Towley, you're a towel. By the way, YouTube didn't notify me when you started streaming. Yeah, I just kind of did it, on a whim. I did it about an hour before I did the show. I did the reminder, so you probably didn't get an update. Looking for my next upgrade on 2020 GT. Where would you start? I don't even know what you got going on now. Love you. I don't remember who the fuck you are. I don't know what you got going on now. My memory sucks. I have no idea what's done to your car. Port the fuel tank for more consistent fuel delivery. Yeah, port the fuel lines. What combo size will fit properly in an S550? What combo size will fit properly in an S500? Yeah, I don't know what the fuck he's saying. That's why I don't love the peasant chat. It's full of peasants. When your tuner says he can make 900 on pump gas, your car, don't say it's a trap. Don't do it. It's a trap. Yeah, exactly. Blue Goose, Gray Goose had an alternator TPS issue at the track. I thought, no, it didn't have a TPS issue. It had cooling issues, and we fixed that. It didn't have any issues TPS-wise. Morning, mofos. Who's got the fast stick-shift car? Let's discuss banging gears like a man. I like a genuine garage coming in here dropping bombs. Hell yeah. No one in here has got a stick-shift badass ship. That's why I think I want to make the Fairmont stick-shift badass ship, because I'm sick and tired of this auto game. Look, I want to go racing and be competitive. So I bought the Blue GT500 for that reason, and the Fairmont, it's great. But I always drive the white car. That 32,000 miles on the fucking thing. It's a 19. I drive that shit all the freaking time. Why? I love shifting gears. It's fucking fun. It's great. It is you, not the car. You cannot take credit at all if your automatic car gets down the track. You know who can take credit? The tuner. We can take credit. King Coyote says, good morning. When I'm on my E85R tune, which my stoic is where it needs to be according to the performance pack cluster, but on the N-Gauge AFR looks like it's 93 octane, then you're not on the right setting. You got to look at Lambda 1, Lambda 2. That's what you got to look at. Lambda 1, that Lambda 2. Because AFR is that PID, that signal is spitting out as if it was 93 octane or 14O stoic fuel. You got to look at Lambda 1, Lambda 2, not AFR. Hunter Walker says, 373s or 390s, what brand of gear would you recommend? Just got my CJ set up, Gen 2 stick car. Woof. 373s, not 390s. That's a little too aggressive in my opinion. Unless you go with a 28-inch tall tire, then you can go 390s. But the MT82 is, you're going to be banging gears fast because the gears are stacked really close together. What's the science behind overdrive balancers? What's the pros and cons of NA on boosted applications? Here we go. NA, you don't need any over or under driven. Now, there are people that are out there saying some old Fox body shit. Well, if you get a smaller one, it spins the accessory smaller, so it spins the accessory slower, so it makes more power. Oh my God, what, 3 horsepower? 2? Non-measurable, non-repeatable shit? Now, on boosted applications, it's really simple. You're spinning everything faster. The bigger outer diameter of the balancer spins everything faster. Like on a GT500 that has a dedicated belt for the blower, that one, if you have overdrive that guy, let's say if you have a 2.5 pulley up top or 2.4, and the car makes, I don't know, 18 psi. Well, if you put a 10% or 15%, it's going to drive that pulley faster. So a lot of people get a big overdrive and then they do something weird. They go, well, I'm going to get a 10% and then I'm going to go up in pulley size up top. I'm like, why'd you do that? The reason you got an overdrive was to make more boost. So now you put an overdrive and then get a bigger pulley on the blower, so no effect happened. If you want more boost and you already have the smallest pulley, say on a GT500, a 2.4, and you get a 10%, why would you change the upper to like a 2.6 or 2.8 to keep boost the same, but just have a 10%? Maybe, but that's weird thinking in my opinion. Alejandro, send me your 4.5. Wait, Bondo Bird says, Alejandro, send me your 4.5 for the Super Drooper door port. I'm sure you'll like the gains. If I'm going to send my 4.5 anywhere, Bondo Bird, I love you. It's going to be Greg Kong. It's going to be Greg Kong. This is why, Bondo Bird. This is why. And I'll tell you why. I don't want to be part of any supercharger companies. I don't want to be under any umbrella anymore. I'm done. I'm done with the TVS, Whipple. I don't like being part of that. Oh, Alex brought his blower here and no, don't put me on your channel. Don't put me on your Facebook. Do not promote me. I'll promote myself. Thank you very much. If I can find a blower that's neutral and not affiliated with anybody, I would do that. Hell, I'd probably just stick a turbo in the thing, but the car just works. It just works. And if that blower is getting ported, meaning pre-rotor stuff, it'll be Greg. And honestly, according to Greg, it probably doesn't even need it. It's already making like 29 PSI. So he's like, I don't even think it needs it. And I'm like, you're right. But thank you, Bondo Bird. Bondo Bird, by the way, everyone, is the guy that has a Coyote swap Firebird, and he works for Whipple. Good guy, real good guy. Madman Rich said, should have said first mod. Yeah, I don't know what mod you have. I'm like absolutely lost. And the Peasant chat is flying, so if I skip something, I apologize. Nick Vasquez, thoughts on doing a CJ intake manifold on my GT350, or just wait and save the money and buy a Vortec down the road? That's what you should do. If your goal is to eventually be supercharged, just save up for a supercharger, because after you put cams, CJ, port everything, some guy with a Paxton and pump gas rapes your ass fully loaded, bumping his music, while your tin can gutted CJ cam car barely keeps up. Honestly, every single time I see a NA guy go all out and I'm like, you're really going to do this? You're really going to spend twice the money? The car's going to drive like ass because it's light. It makes all this noise. It's rattly. You gutted everything. You have no seats in it. Your girlfriend's mad at the car because she can't sit in it. And you're like, sorry, baby, I got to gap some fools. Then a guy with 20-inch wheels, lowered, car's bumping, got a mini body kit going on, some visual mods, and has a Vortec V7 on pump gas, rapes your dick. You go, I went about it all wrong. Yeah, you did. You went about it all fucked up. Underdrive is cancer. $300 for 2 horsepower and reduced charging capacity. Exactly, Genuine Garage. I love it, love it, love it. I have the new Ram long style clutch on the way for my MT82. I'm even talking to Tick Performance about coming up with an input shaft speed sensor for the MT82. Gonna do it big with the MT82. Good for you, Bondo Bird. You're gonna eventually, Bondo, need a slipper clutch if you're at the track, just to have that fuse and to have an adjustable fuse. You know what I mean? Like have adjustability. If you're gonna start playing the timing game and stuff like that, that's gonna be a problem. If you can adjust the clutch and have a fuse, adjustable fuse basically up front, that's the ticket. That's what the big boys do. And yeah, Tick Performance obviously would be the ones to talk to. Actually, if you port the roll cage, there's a better chance of rolling the car back on the wheels. High Rise 850 says, should I trade my 1450 for the 18 10R80, or can I be just as fast with my 6R80? Thanks for all the great advice. It depends on what you do. So in my opinion, the 10R80 is quirky. It's I still think 6R80 is king. The quickest and fastest is 6R80 still. And in my opinion, I don't think, depending on how much boost and what performance is going to be, like a 10 PSI 6R80 car on pump gas should go low 10s, mid to low 10s, right? That's flying. A 10 PSI 10R80 car is probably there. And once you get incrementally, you know, like from there down, it's like the same thing. And then the 6R80, if built, in my opinion, should outperform a 10R80 car if built. It all depends on, now, the 10R80s get down with less mods. They get down with less mods, meaning if you're playing the mod for mod game, the 10R80s with a, you know, couple of bolt-ons, it's a 10-second car with the 85. No 6R80 Gen 1 is doing that, or even a Gen 2, unless you gut the shit out of it, and I'm trying to do that right now. Lower pulley puts less stress. Well, here we go. Lower pulley. What happened? Oh my God. The chat just exploded. It's hard to keep up. Damn it. Lower pulley puts less stress on the blower than the upper pulley. Okay. Does every pulley swap require a tune? No. Bang Stang, you better comment on that one. Gen 3 Coyote, 900 raw horsepower for the 2650, and now equipped with a T56 Magnum and a one-piece drive shaft. Ready to bang every gear. How much power can I make if I attend a stupid mudder or a mud butt 400 and mud and herpes 12? All kinds of gain says dual 525 pumps are good for up to what boost horsepower level? Again, I hate these questions. I'm not going to answer it. 1400. I don't know. Look, I have two 274s, and that's like the part number, I think, and one 285. My car makes over 1,000 crank if you want to measure behind the neck, and it hasn't been an issue. Anything that chargers, Marion. Actually, the biggest question, all kinds of gains, is are your lines adequate, like dash 8 or dash 10 feed and dash 8 or dash 10 return or dash 8 return with a regulator and a 1300cc injector? That's the question. I see people, I put two Hellcat pumps in the back. The car should be good. It has stock lines, stock rails, and a fucking 1/4 inch line for a return. Oh, what happened? What the fuck you mean what happened? What's supposed to happen? Alex, any plans for Christmas? No way. I'm just doing my thing. Hi, Alex. Going to go to Coyote Swap. We're going to Coyote Swap my 91 Fox. Are the Ford Performance Illuminator 5.2s worth the money? Would the L&M be a better option? I think you can go with an L&M. The XS is very expensive. So I would go with L&M first before with a 5.2 XS, and then tell L&M you want it sleeved. Yeah, you want it sleeved. The 5.2 XS is a bad bitch, but for the kind of money they want for that, I'd rather do a custom-built L&M motor. Dual 525 pumps are good for up to what boost power level? Okay, ask that one more time and you're gone. Live on a Sunday morning. What the hell? DFY. Ryan Wright says, good morning, Alex. Could my old man use my Lund Engage in his Coyote Swap Fairlane for a tune since it just sits in my glove box? Yeah, but it'll be married to his car. You'd have to unlock it. We'd send you an unlock file. It'd be married to his car. And no, we're not going to send you an unlock file so then you can use it on your car. Buy another Engage. Sam Bowie, been watching the channel for years and I'm finally able to catch a live stream. Usually watch the replays during the week. Best, most informative channel out there. Thank you very much. Again, he asked it again. This motherfucker, all kinds of gains. I'll put you in timeout. Motherfucker. Shut the fuck up. Alex, what NA Mustang did you walk earlier this week? What NA Mustang did you walk earlier this week? What NA Mustang did you walk? Maybe you have to remind me, dude. NA Mustang. Did I beat an NA Mustang? Did I race someone? And Zane Mustang says NA stuff should be for manuals. If you're an auto, just go boost. I believe it. Look, I'm NA in the red car. That thing's getting down. It's in an 11.4, 11.3 car. So that's pretty damn good in my opinion. But it needs to be a 10-second car to matter. Right now, it doesn't matter. Not staying NA, so guess I'll have to keep ignoring the holiday deals. Whipple, it is then. I'm telling you, if your ultimate goal down the road within a year or two, after you get your tax return, then when you save on the stimulus money, because your broke ass is doing that, I would wait. I would wait until that's an option. I would wait and save money until you can afford boost, because by the time you go fully bolted on and add up all your receipts, you're like, I'm $7,000 in, labor included, and I'm running 11.1, 11.2, 11. What the fuck am I doing? Then you slap a Paxton, a Whipple, anything on it. 1080, 1090, 1070, 1060, maybe 9s if you got the 85. Yonce 50 says, no chance of putting nitrous on your red car? Oh, yeah, but it's got to go 10s first, Yonce. Yonce's got to go 10s first. Got to go 10s NA. I'd like to be quicker than a 10.8. 10.8, like a 10.80, right? And then I'm like, all right, that's like a half second away. That's a lot. So I need a lot of weight reduction and a lot of work in the 60 foot. I have Steeda suspension ready to go in it. And I have a bunch of stuff to do suspension stuff. But again, I need a drive shaft, axles. And that's where the money starts to really pile up. To make the car launch like how I want with the trans brake is going to require axles and a drive shaft. That's like $2,000. That is expensive as shit, but I got to do it if I want to do the NA bullshit. Once that's done, nitrous. And I bet you that car will be a 9-second car nitrous. It'll be a nice, easy 125. If it goes 1080 NA, I guarantee that car will go 990 nitrous, 125 shot, 150 shot. And that's a 9-second car on the bottle? Probably stay like that for a while. But of course, I'm going to put a CJ in it and cams, NA, see what it does then, and then do nitrous on top of that. Once all that's said and done, it should be a 970, 960 car pretty easily. And then, I don't know, see what happens after that. Stick a stick in it. Be a man again. Should I build my 2-valve or swap a 3-valve? You should sell both. Coyote Red says, the fuck, it's Sunday. Chat's exploding like Stang Modes 5-2. Oh, come on. Kicking him while he's down. Leave him alone. Alex, what are you doing here on a Sunday? Laughing my ass off. Fast rider, too much power. Alex. He says, Alex. If 93 octane is the best fuel available, will the Gen 2 boosted just as good as Gen 3? My feeling is upgraded to a Gen 3 is useless then. Greetings. If 93 octane is your best fuel, yeah, I mean, you're not going to gain anything Gen 3 over Gen 2. Alex, how's the family? Doing real good. Thank you very much. Popping in late, says Alex. Tony Bolton, Pro Charger. Don't believe the Roots screw hype. Okay, right. I like how Tony Full Bolton is one of these Pro Charger nut hugging fucking queers. And then he points to 7 or 6 second combos to justify that Pro Charger is Billy Badass. And I'm like, no. Let's talk about Coyote, regular bracket mounted blowers. I mean, show me one that's been 7s. There's only Whipple's only been 7s. I think the Odin, I don't know how quick the Odin's been. I have no idea. But the Whipple one has been 7s everywhere, like multiple times. So it's kind of hard to beat. I'm saying in race setups and street-ish setups. Pro Charger's fine. Odin's fine. Vortex fine. But don't tell me it's the best shit and then point to a Pro mod that has it mounted on the crank with a $5,000 bracket as to say, there it is, that's the reason. Fuck out of here and sell alternators, bro. Arturo Morcio says, I'll be catching up on the other channel after this. Topman Roman says, is a BAP or upgraded fuel needed for heads cam intake on a 13 GT E85 stick shift 3.9? I would do at least a BAP if you're on the 85. And if you got some heads and cams, yeah. Some ported heads, cams, and intake, yeah, I would do at least a BAP just to have headroom. Because you got a 10-year-old pump, basically, or a 7 or 8-year-old pump trying to work. So I would at least put a booster pump in there. Oh my God, the chat's fucking going nuts. Holy shit. Tally, I'm trying to decide whether or not to run nitrous and what size shot on a big block Ford 532 stroker, and I'm done. Red Race 50 says, hey, Alex, what would you do if it's just a 6 black car was yours? Love the show. Nice question. Thank you. Look, something nice. Oh, you like that going down my throat, baby? It's just a 6's car. Would get an L&M built 11-to-1 compression motor. You get some heads done by Schlocko ported heads. You get comp cam stage 3s. Keep the blower on there. And the clutch situation is going to be tough because you need a fuse to launch that car properly. He has a Mantic in it right now, so ride out with the Mantic. But if that doesn't really yield you the gains you want, you're going to have to start looking into a slipper style clutch. That's what I would do if that car was mine, and that car would be running 950s, 940s, 930s quickly at about 1,000 or 1,100 wheel horsepower. No problem. Maybe a glory 8-second run. And I would remove all the dumb shit. I get it. He has a channel, so he has to, I don't know what the fuck he has to do, but he has to, if it has a passenger seat, take it out. If it has rear seats, take them out. It's a race car now. It's a race car. It's got a cage, it's got chutes, all this stuff. It is time to make race car decisions. So we are going to start Kirky, get rid of all your fucking seats that don't matter, and get weight reduction on that motherfucker. Front bumper, rear bumper support, get some badass suspension on there. L&M short block, Schlocko heads, stage 3 comp cams. Party. Oh my God. Foxcast Media wants to go with 488 gears. Ever heard of going so high with gears? Let them do whatever they want to do. Let them do whatever they want to do. Thanks for the reply, Alex, says Dom G. Technology trickle down effect. Denny Lee, Alex, I have an N-Gauge and I had on my 19 UT and I want to give it to my brother. He's buying a 2021 F-150. Will this work on his truck? If so, he could pay Lund to unlock it and a tune? Yes. 2021, I don't know if Ford changed the strategy on it, so we have to see if we have to do any updating on our end. So what I would do, Denny Lee, is have him hit us up, support@lundracing.com. Ask the question first. Have him give us his VIN number. Then we can do some background because that's brand new. So we'd have to check and make sure that Ford didn't change the strategy, that we can either cross-flash with an older strategy or we have to make a new one for 2021s. Because I think 15 to 17 F-150s, and then I think the Raptor did that too. They did 10 or 80 in a weird year. So we have to make sure that Ford isn't doing anything wonky with the 2021. Hit us up first and we'll go from there. Alex, what's a safe power number for a Gen 1 with rods on the 85? Well, it's going to be the block at that point, the block. If the rods and pistons are good, the block's going to be the guy that determines what the deal is. Basically, what I go by is how the illuminator is set up. The Gen 1 illuminator, 11-to-1 compression, you make 1,000 with that bitch. Seem to be okay. Why don't S550s whine like a Cobra? I want that sound when I go boosted. That's really stupid, Wendell. You want to buy a car to whine? Throw some sand in the bearings somewhere. Throw some sand in the wheel bearings. I don't know what whine like a... You know that whine is literally a restriction? Oh, but I wanted to whine. Okay, restrict the airflow. Restrict it somewhere. It'll make a bunch of noise. No, it's not. Cobras are great. So why is the stock Eaton so loud? Why is the stock Eaton so loud? It makes a whopping 540 horsepower, where the fuck it is, after it's, pulleyed and ported and all this shit. Why is it so loud? But it's such a dud. And while Gen 3 TVSs make a bunch of power and not that much noise. Why do you think that is? Sorry for the spam, Alex. Had to get the question in there. And yes, I have upgraded dash 10 and 8 lines, ID 1050Xs, Whipple fuel lines, and the dual 525 pumps. Appreciate the response. There you go. Sorry, just got here. Did you make it to the track with Hush Money this week? I did, and I showed everyone the filter that collapsed and destroyed basically the feed line, and the injectors got clogged on the first hit. Limped it home, replaced everything yesterday. Then when I made a wad hit, the belt shredded, and I'm like, wow, this thing is just being an asshole. So I'm going to go fix the belt today, then work on the red car, then get to the track probably during the week that I'm off, which is the following week. See if I can hit up a rental. Fuck a street night. I'm going to hit up a rental and see what happens. What are your thoughts on Derek Barron? I don't know who he is. Such a sicko. Fill me in. Alex, I have a VMP Gen 3R with an 88mm pulley on 93. I'll be running boosting until I get the return style system. What size pulley can I run with boosting? Make 10 PSI with an 88mm. Probably 11 or 12, but I wouldn't go any higher than that with boosting, to be honest. Ahmedi. Alex, I have VMP Gen 3R with 88mm pulley. I would do, no more than 12 PSI. Whatever pulley combo makes 12 PSI. No higher. And monitor your short-term fuel terms to make sure you're not running out of fuel system. John Quinto says, valve float normal for an on-3 single around 15 PSI, no valve springs, head studs? Absolutely. Absolutely. Donnie Renfro in the house. Coming at you, Donnie Renfro. Retracted a statement. He probably talked some shit. He says 427 Windsor and a stick in the Fairmont, maybe a little nitrous too. That's what I'm thinking, Donnie. I'm thinking once the Fairmont runs 850, I have nothing to prove in that car. I'm not going to put a 10 point. I'm not going to put a shoot in it. I'm not going to put any of that bullshit in it. Then I'll say, hey, anybody want to buy the engine and trans combo, right? That'll be a good chunk of change. I mean, how much is a Gen 2 built rods, pistons, sleeved from L&M, stock cams, ported heads, with a 2650 that's ported by Kong, E85 compatible stuff. I'm not going to give you the fuel system. I'll give you the injectors and all that shit. And a 4R200 Billy Badass built from Power by the Hour with a Circle D3C. If I'm going to ask for good money for that shit, fuck yeah. That's just, and then the control pack, meaning the control system. I'm basically giving you a Coyote swap powertrain, but the car's got to run 850 because then I could say this bitch went 850 or 840. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, a 427 Windsor, badass built, high winding, chopping like a motherfucker on E85. Ooh, hell yeah. Hell yeah. I'll keep my fuel system. I don't know if that's compatible, but I'll make it work. Just stick shift Fairmont shit, chopping like a motherfucker with twin 3-inch exhaust. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, by the way, ultimate headers are in the car too, so I'll sell that too. It'll fit right in your Fox. Done. Caleb S says, I have a 13 GT and I found a good deal on a VMP Gen 3 setup. Car has already stage 3 cams and long tubes. Would the Gen 3 be too much with the biggest pulley or just look for a Gen 2R setup? No, you're fine with the biggest pulley. It's going to make 10 PSI. I just like the 2.3. I like the 2.3. The 2.3 makes a bunch of noise if you like that. But no, I think you'll be fine with the Gen 3 as long as you keep boost moderate. Donkey Mac says, thoughts on the RPS billet carbon triple disc? I have no idea. For the GT500, I have built motor and built TR6060 trans. Unfortunately, Donkey, I don't know much about that clutch setup. I wish I did. I'd have to get well versed on it and then report back. Just make the sound yourself between shifts, says Madman Ridge. Yonce 50 says, is 1 of 10 Lund customers that have a power adder running nitrous, or how common are nitrous? Oh, very common. 30 to 40% of the customers run nitrous because it's cheap. And it works pretty well on Gen 3s. Gen 3s, we have Danny Jimenez going 9s. We have a couple of guys going 9s with nitrous. And a lot of the Gen 1 and the Mexicans run nitrous because it's cheap. Orale Horn! I need some power. Let me get some nitrous. That's next. Actually, a badass nitrous kit is like $2,100. Oh, no, I got a line from my Holmes. He works in the valley, in the oil field. And I put it in. Just that's like an 8,000 shot. It's okay. I got a gap of food. We got a $500 locked in bet. It's locked in. Side bet. We got side bet for the pot and the 1,800. And oh my God. You know how many times I hear that shit? Friday, I was about to get out of here. It's like 4:10. And I'm like, oh my God. I just, oh, here's your tune. Here's your tune. And everyone's like, oh my God. I got to make this race. I'm like, what race? I got a no prep race. I'm like, oh, so you want to crash your car? Like, that's what my responses are at 4 o'clock on Friday when you tell me some shit like, yo, I got to get this done. I got a no prep race Saturday. I'm like, oh, so you want to crash your car against the fucking... Yeah. Have you watched the Valley Racing Channel? And Chino is now my new favorite guy in there. Chino, he has a blue LS Pro-Charged Mustang, fast car. Listen to how he talks. Oh my God, I love him. He's wonderful. He's wonderful. Chino at the Valley Racing Channel with a blue Pro-Charged LS swapped notch. Just listen to him talk, and I'm telling you, you will not regret it. He's great. Gravity, then him. Such a Sicko says, a YouTuber with a 13GT VMP partnered with him. You should check out his videos while you're streaming. Such a Sicko. What's his name? What's his name? Fuck. See, I don't... 15 things happened before then, since then. Hunter Walker says, wine equals not efficient, restricted. Do not get that vacuum leak wine mod. Exactly. My bad. Stupid me. Thanks for answering me, Alex. No problem, Wendell. But, whining does not mean it's powerful. Whining means there's a restriction. Towley says, supercharged 302, Dove A block, Dove C heads. Oh my God, he's talking old school shit, which is good. Look, once I get back into the small block Ford game, because that's what I want to do with the Fairmont. The Fairmont is cool. It's cool. Coyote swap, 4R200, 8-second car. Awesome. I don't drive it often. But if it had a stick, 427, 400 plus cubic inch Ford in it with E85, chopping like a motherfucker with a T56, and now 8,000 RPMs with a small block Ford? You fucking damn Skippy. I'm driving that motherfucker everywhere. Everywhere. King Yodi says, can a Gen 2 manual car setup manual car, set up similar to the red car, hit 10s. I think if my red car had a stick in it right now, it would go 10s. Right now, it would go 10s. I'd stick a, because I can launch it anywhere. I'd stick a bias ply, axles, and drive shaft, and it would already be a 10-second car, guaranteed. Hey, Alex, I'm thinking of doing a CJ E85R tune and long tube headers on my 2020 manual GT. I have 355s. What gears do you recommend? 373s. On the CJ setup, you're going to be revving the piss out of it. You want more gear. Don't peasant out on our trans. Put my old T5 behind my Coyote swap, and it takes a half a second between each shift. All I want for Christmas is a T56 Magnum. Absolutely. There's a tuner out there boasting about shifting at 8K. Is that even safe? I mean, yeah, you could shift at 8K if you have O-pump gears, if you have cams, because you want to keep making power and you have a CJ setup. Now, if it's bone stock, you can shift at 8K. Boss 302's rev limiters, 13, 14 Boss 302's rev limiters, 12, 13, 14 Boss 302 rev limiters were 7,900 RPMs from the factory. It's not out of the realm of possibility. Voodoo Red Devil GT350 Dr. M Addict says, putting in a clutch tamer on my 17350R for 2021. No, that's stupid. I don't think it works. I don't think it works all that well. I think you need an actual slipper clutch to do it properly. Because in my opinion, all you're going to do with that clutch tamer, in my opinion, I'm not saying it's fact, you're going to smoke that fucking clutch on a launch. Because you got to adjust, right? So you go GT350, that makes no torque under 4,000 RPMs. So you're going to be at 6,000 RPMs, zinging that clutch. And then the clutch tamer goes, and then you go, what's that smell? Ram clutch or Mantic clutch, Sasso, as opposed to making the fuse the tire. So you go, and then let the tire take the brunt of the load, or you have a clutch that has a slipper and weight mechanism in it. So you go, and then the amount of slip is taken up by the centrifugal force and the weights and the amount of weights you actually put on the slipper clutch. That's how you do it. A clutch tamer, you're going to go and fucking clutch smoke and, oh, this thing's smoking. Yeah, from the fucking trans. Clutch is smoked, bitch. Hey, Alex, what's your choice of laptop? I like Dell's. I have an IBM ThinkPad for a work one. It's fucking awesome, and it feels good. It just feels good. The IBM ThinkPad. It's very well made, but I like Dell laptops because I'm stupid and cheap. Paisa. Alex, just curious, what does it cost to rent a track and how much time do you get for your money? Denny Lee, probably about $2,000. $2,000 if you got 10 guys, $200 a head. But obviously, the more guys you get, the less it is. But if it's for me, like if I call Palm Beach International Racing, be like, yo, I want to run a track. Day rental is probably gonna be like $200 to $2,500. Night rental is probably gonna be a little more. But that's why you get as many cars as possible to cover it, I think. The red car is impressive. Thank you, Joe Jackson. I love the red car. I drove it around so much Friday. I'm like, I washed it, hand washed that motherfucker. Like, I really washed that motherfucker. And I'm like, this car's badass. I love it. It's just cool. And it launches great. It's just, if it had like CJ and cams, it'd be super badass. But I'm getting there. Incrementally, I'll get there. Danny Lee says, Alex is running 2 shows a week. Now, this one is unpaid. Exactly. I am making the weekend show unpaid so that I do only Peasant Chat stuff. And then hopefully you guys don't feel left out. And then Tuesday is regular. So people can pay if they choose to. And if they pay, I'll get to those questions first. If not, I'll do this. MK John says, 408 cubic inch, 225 twisted wedge heads, high compression pistons, crane cam, BBKR intake. You did everything good until you got to the intake. On the 85. Yeah, dude, imagine what that would sound like. The channel would be like, this is gay. Now, I wouldn't do carburetor. I would do some kind of fuel injection because I just don't want to fuck with carburetor stuff. I mean, it's cool, but not really. I would love to do some big inch small block Ford. Again, that's going to be expensive. It is not cheap to do big inch small block Ford stuff. Why doesn't the S550 gears interchange with different case types? It's an 8.8. I think the actual pinion, it might be different, but an 8.8 is an 8.8. It should fit, I think. What do I need to beat a tuned EcoBoost 1820 F-150? I have a 19 F-150. Oof. If it's a 3.5, you're fucked. You need a blower. It's a twin turbo 3.5. Unless you're getting beat by a 2.7. If you're getting beat by a 2.7, you should take your 19 F-150 and just drive it into a ditch. Such a sicko said they put OP gears in it for him when he went down there. Okay, O-pump gears. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Rev it up, rev it to the moon. Who cares? The Holly Dell. Oh, yeah, the Dell. Yeah, there's my Holly Dell right here. Oh, man, that clip. Look at how big this fucking thing is. Yes, I have a ring light. Oh, man, this thing's a monster. This is 17 inches. Like half my dick. 17 inches. Oh, it's heavy as fuck, bro. Would you buy a 350? Yes, I would buy a GT 350R Stripe Delete. Absolutely. Madman Rich says Hush Money's my favorite. I like Hush Money, but I think the Coyote stuff is taken away from it. I think it's very cool. It's very quick. It's very fast. But a lot of people that look at Hush Money go, that's an old car with like a $15,000 drivetrain in it. And a lot of people think it's not really attainable. And it really isn't for a lot of people. Swapping a Coyote into a Fairmont, they're like, that is... And then a 2650 Edelbrock blower, of 6R80 trans and a control pack. They're like, Alex, this is just... We can't relate. And I understand that. So once I run the 850, which it should, once everything hooks, it should run an 850, no problem. I'm going to sell probably the engine and trans. I'm going to sell that stuff and blower, everything, control pack, and then go back to what belongs in that car. Push rod shit. High ram intake on a Windsor. Yes, I saw one of those horsepower episodes where they built a small block Ford and they put a Holley high ram in it for Ford. And I thought, that's good. I liked it. It was very nice. And it's going to stick out through the hood like some gay shit. But naturally aspirated, high winding E85, chopping around like a motherfucker, super high compression. Fuck yeah. And then I'll boost it later on and just shove a 200 shot down its fucking throat. 15 plus differentials are super 8.8s, according to Bondo Bird. There you go. Alex, in your opinion, for a Gen 1 MTD2 car, what tire would you recommend? Who's your QTP? MT Mickey Thompson stiff wall slick, stock rear end. I had really good success with the Mickey Thompson stiff wall, but the Hoosier QuickTime Pro is baller and really good on the street if you do a lot of street stuff. So I think you're okay with both. Get some dampening control, meaning get adjustable, get the drop brackets so your control arms, you can get some anti-squat going, get some Vikings for the rear, at least something, some kind of adjustability, even if it's single stranges, something for the rear to make sure you have dampening control, and either of those tires will work for you very well. Hunter Walker says, I would love that in the Fairmont. Got to see you in a stick shift drag racing again, especially old school small block Ford, like the Real Teal setup. Real Teal setup is sick as fuck. But that's a big boy. I mean, that's an 8.2 car. That's a very fast. It's faster. It can beat Section 8, and that is a fully built modular blower auto car. So Real Teal's car is seriously legit. And for it being such a low money operation, just him, even more impressive. Maki swapped the Fairmont after the small block Ford. I think I'm going to keep the Hush Money around forever. I'll just sell the drivetrain. I love that car. It has an emotional connection, you know? Esteban Peña dice, brother, tengo un 2007 Mustang GT con nitro haciendo 483 torque y 417 caballos de fuerza. ¿Es posible modificar este motor para llevarlo a 700 o 800 caballos? ¿Vale la pena? Esteban, he's asking if a 3-valve can be made to hold 700 or 800 horsepower. Yes, basically rods and pistons. I remember seeing Kevin McDonald's car, which is a basic 3-valve with rods and pistons and good heads, make 1,000. So Esteban Peña, rods and pistons, some cams, you should be okay to go. I can't imagine why you can't make 700 with rods and pistons, not just cams and more boost. You need the lower end built on a 3-valve to make good power and have it live a long life. J Mac Garage says 850. Well, time to get the 7.3 Godzilla. You know what? On that car, it makes sense. A lot of people watch my Godzilla video and I think they're super retarded and have really bad listening comprehension. In my 7.3 Godzilla video, I said, people think that this is going to end up in a Ford Mustang. Now, If it does end up in the Ford Mustang, I'll say, okay, I was wrong. Who gives a fuck? But back then I thought lineage wise, it doesn't make any sense. You go from a 5 liter to a 4.6 to a 3 valve to a Coyote to a 7.3 pushrod. It just doesn't make sense. If anything, it would go smaller with hybrid technology. And now that we have a Democrat president coming in, it will force car companies, yes, believe it or not, there's a silver lining to everything. It will force car companies to go hybrid sooner because they'll have an incentive to do so. So that's the only silver lining, if anything. What's up with the headers on your couch back there, Joe? So this was the plan with the Fairmont. This was going to be the plan with the Fairmont. Once I go 850, I was going to turbo the car, but I'm not going to turbo the car. So I might turbo another Coyote, red car, so I have 2 other Coyote cars. So I'll keep them around in case we want to make a custom single or some janky twin setup on the red car, or if some turbo kit falls on my lap, who knows? I entered a raffle for one of Aldo's kits. Oh my God, I want to win that raffle so bad. So bad, I want to win that raffle. What's up? Oh, we got that. Could the winter blend gas change? Throw a PO316 or PO300 code. Car seems to run fine, pull good, but doesn't seem to be misfiring. Did you recently upload a tune, Joseph? Because if you don't do a crank relearn after uploading a tune, it might ask for you to do a crank relearn, and usually misfire codes go away. Now, if you got a bad batch of fuel, some shitty ass gas, yes, it can cause misfires. You won't notice it, but the car has, a very sensitive way of detecting misfires, and if it picks one up, it'll kick a code. Brad Boss says, Alex, I've never heard of the Slocco until right now. These guys porting heads for just $1,500? I guess I'm getting ported heads. Look, Slocco, you guys have never heard of Slocco ported heads? Really? Like, they're in Pennsylvania. Lund Racing, all their vehicles have Slocco ported heads. All of them. So, yeah, look them up. Victor Jr., intake correction. Dude, how much does it cost to build robust, Billy Badass, aftermarket block, badass rods and pistons, 1101 compression, stupid cam, Victor Jr., just idling like as a war under the hood, just making all the fucking right noises? What? $11,000? Like a badass with badass twisted wedge heads? Or I don't know what, like twisted wedge or whatever trick flow head is badass out there. And it has to be custom stuff. Like I wouldn't take off the shelf heads and put them on a built motor. I'd take them out and get them worked the fuck up so they could take a beating, What's it cost? 12 grand for a badass NA E85 compatible, big inch, 400 plus cubic inch small block Ford with a T56. It's probably not going to be cheap at all. Will we see a Gen 4 Coyote, and what could be improvements over the Gen 3? There is going to be a Gen 4 Coyote. According to everything I know, it's retarded. It has cylinder on demand, which just sounds like a whole bunch of issues to me because, again, gas mileage, EPA stuff. And it's probably going to end up in the F-150 first because if anything needs help with gas mileage is a 4,600 pound truck. I don't know that on the Mustang it's going to change all that much. I did see a rendering of twin throttle bodies. I went twin throttle bodies, so that means cold air manufacturers can now double the price of their shit-ass cold air setup, but it is not MAF based. It is MAP, M-A-P, MAP sensor, manifold absolute pressure, not MAF. So cold air manufacturers, again, are off the hook. So it'll be interesting if twin throttle bodies and cylinder on demand becomes a thing in the next Coyote. My Slocco ported heads were about $4K with all the options checked. Yeah, it's not cheap. They're badass shit. It's not cheap, but it's badass shit. If you go with a Windsor base small block, are you going to run EFI or carb? If EFI, you're going to run a Holly Terminator, or what standalone are you thinking of running? Thanks for the Sunday show, Josh Bergman. I don't know. I'm going to be honest with you, Josh Bergman. I don't know. I know that my Megasquirt, my MS3 has stuff, and Jake from Power by the Hour is very familiar with Megasquirt, so I'd probably lean on him for learning on the Mega Squirt and then adjusting it myself, and probably be something like that. Red car with a turbo. You coming in too high, coming in a little too high power. Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to come in a little too high power with that car.
Check this out, fool. You coming a little too high power.
That reminds me, can you hit the sound button for the dude saying you're coming in too hot? There you go. Such a sicko. I did it. Well, I would normally agree with you that a push rod would be period correct. You and I both know that building any push rod combo would cost more than a simple Coyote motor Gen 2 or Gen 3 with boost. Cassius R, you're 100% right. You're 100% right. Now, what could I do with the Fairmont? Could I shove a stock bottom end 302 in it, super badass heads, you know, Victor Senior, stupid cam. I can't do crazy with the cams because of the stock bottom end. And then, you know, be an 11-second queer, high 10-second queer. No, that doesn't go. And yes, a Coyote motor with boost is way cheaper than a small block Ford. I 100% understand that. But for that car, I already have a Coyote in it. I already been 8s in it. And if it goes 850, mission accomplished. What's the next goal? 7s in that car? Hell no. What that means a $10,000 cage, parachute, all this bullshit, make it heavier, and then another 400 horse on top of that to make it go 7s? What's that? That's called the blue car. The blue car has all that done. So why would I do that with the Fairmont? Might as well sell it, let another guy have a nice little setup for his shit, and I can keep going fucking around with the Fairmont and put a small block Ford in it and fuck around just for the hell of it. It'd be cool. Who else is doing that? Who else is doing that? Who else is doing that on any channel? Coyote stuff, GT500 stuff, NA stuff, supercharger stuff, and small block Ford stuff. No one. So let me get after that shit. Why not? Don't fuck up my vibe. Derek Barron Productions is that YouTuber's name, by the way. So what do I need to do? Is he a little like flaky? What's his deal? Let me see what the deal is. He's got a lot of subscribers. What am I supposed to do? Looks like a pulley went to shit. Let me guess. Was it your air conditioning pulley? Let me guess. Was this your air conditioning pulley? Let me see. No, it's a blown idler pulley. Yeah, he looks like just some normal dude. Big, he's in your face, you know. This, yeah, I don't care. I don't care. Just a quick peek. I'm like, yeah, I don't care. Ford will never come out with an EcoBoost Coyote. Maybe not. I don't think an EcoBoost Coyote. I think they'll come out with an EcoBoost 3.5 with hybrid technology. Darren Houston says, Alex, I'm on the fence about installing a Barton with a trans mount on my 17 GT and doing it myself. My buddy has a lift. Should we do it or not? I drive 4 hours to a shop and have them do it. Thanks. Yeah, dude, it's cake. What you're going to have to do is undo. You have to have jack stand. Wait, he has a lift? Your buddy has a lift? Oh, shit, dude. It's going to take you 2 hours if that. Do it. Do it. Do it. Where is it? I need to find the do it from the Sith Lord. Is that when he was going to cut off Count Dooku's head? Anakin, right? He was going to cut off Count Dooku's head. He goes, no, he should stand trial. And he said, no, do it. Let me see. Do it. I need it. I need it. I'm going to download this thing. So when someone asks me a question, do it. That's good. That's good. I'm going to use that. Someone says Derek's an all right dude, but he's kind of annoying on video. Yeah, that's why. Oh, if he's a YouTuber car guy, yeah, no, I'll pass on that shit. Thank you very much. You coming in a little too high power? Check out the recent video he had on his car blew up because of a pulley noise. I mean, I would too. Trust me. You don't know when you're driving. You're like, what's that noise? Just a bunch of clickbait for him, said Jared Wells. I'll pass on that. It looked like it. I'm like, nah, I'm good. Derek Barron is cool. He likes to have fun with his car and his peeps. Okay, cool. And then watch his channel. I'm good. Been specking out engines for a Cobra replica build. Windsor engine stuff is $8 grand for 325 horsepower, fit 12 to 15,000 easy for a 427 with a trans. Oh, and then who do you take your motor to have it built super badass and have it be reliable? I'd probably talk to Real Teal, be like, yo, hey man, Wesley, I think his name's Wesley Evans. Hey man, I'm gonna lean on you. I don't know shit about this. What do I do? If he's like, I built it all myself, I'm like, fuck all that. I did it on Jack Sands Darien. It was pretty straightforward. Yeah, Darien, not a problem. 2 hours, and I'm a sucker ass hoe, and I got it done. If you build a small block Ford, would you do a coilover plug ignition instead of a distributor? That's a good, probably for ease of use, you know, but I think you need LS coils or some shit like that, right? Oh, I'm streaming the wrong window. Thank you. Thank you very much. See, I love my people. I love my people. I guess you want to see my face. Your screen is not on your cam, bitch. Oh, do you guys really need to see my face that bad? Like, am I that fucking hot? I am pretty fucking hot. I mean, come on, look at this. Look at this smile. Look at these lips, bitch. Ask your girlfriend. Do it from Starsky and Hutch. Do it from Starsky and Hutch. Yeah, I'm not that old. Unless you mean the movie with Ben Stiller, who, by the way, sucks. Well, Ben Stiller was good in Dodgeball. Shut the fuck up. He was good in Zoolander. Again, shut the fuck up. If there's no racing like Valley Racing, not interested. That's where, oh, guys, check this out. These guys raced a thing called No Trailer, like a No Trailer Cash Days. It was so fucking cool. No Trailer Cash Days. Dude, it was so cool. Oklahoma guys, I think. Yeah, look at this. Look at this shit. No Trailer Cash Days. 660 Street. Shout out to them. Look at this Fairmont with a Christmas tree on it. I was watching it this morning. So these guys drive to a spot. Right? These guys drive to a spot. Let me just fast forward.
Once you're locked in, you
all right, locked in, got the money. And then they drive to a spot. No trailer. Look at, they're fucking badasses. Look at this Fairmont. Oh, I love you, bro. Fairmont wagon, Maverick, 86 4i, Camaro. Dude, just the coolest shit. Cool shit. Look at that. They drive to the spot, and it looks like Virgin. Ow, look at that. A Coyote car. An S550 in the house. A truck. A Jeep body. Wow. So they show up to the spot, and it looks like Virgin Road. Look at that. That bitch looks like asphalt ass. Look at him. He's loving it. He's having a good time. Look at this Virgin asphalt road. Look at this 4i. All right. Look at this. 660 Street with no trailer nationals or whatever. And the no trailer street race. Very cool concept. It's like True Street. You no trailer. You drive out there. And you race on Virgin fucking road. You put down whatever pimp juice you want. Look at this 4i. Woof! Boy, you tugging at my heartstrings with this 4i. And the Bogarts! Whoa! Oh, dude. Good for you. You got a nice ride there, brother. And look at this. This is on Virgin Road. That's what I'm trying to do, and I'm a bitch ass compared to these guys. Look at this car. Are these Bogarts or billets? Billet specialties. Look at that. You ready? Boom. Straight up. I'm ready. Bam. Good. He waited. Oh, good flag man. Nice. Look at that. And then, by like the second or third round, they got some legit fucking runs in. Like, legit runs in. Look at this Roadrunner. Oh, man. Jesus. Do they have an in-car shot of that? Yeah, look at this. Look at the wheels come up on this bitch. Bam. Oh, dude. Virgin Road, asphalt, no trailer. Guys, check them out. Super good racing going on there. Good stuff. I just found it this morning. Great shit. Great shit. M says, Alex, I hope the family's well. I'm looking to build a 2020 Mustang. 355 or 315 better for NA setup. I think most 315 cars seem to do better roll racing, like all the time. So I would stick to a 315. That Fox looks amazing. It does. You can trouble me for some glass of shut the hell up, Ben Stiller. My dad had an old Pinto with a badass 302 in it. Victor intake, Keith Black, dome pistons, almost 600 lift cam. Pretty badass little car. running at 1150. Good morning, Alex. Just shaved the head, ready to attack this Sunday. Look at you go. No fucks race balls. Wagon on the tree had me dying. He was moving, but car seems sketchy. It is sketchy. Those Hoosiers on a Fairmont, it's just like, it's weird. It's hard to explain. I'm about to watch that after the live stream. Watch that. Guys, everyone here, watch that shit. Subscribe, like. They're badass. Beginning to end, you do not need to skip. The editing is on the money. The flagger is on the money. The street is on the money. The cars are all legit. There is no junk there. There is no junk there. And the S197 broke an axle or the diff, and he immediately pulled off the road. I went, oh my God, these guys are so legit. This is like the most legit racing I've ever seen on the street. He pulled off to make sure his shit wasn't fucked up. One of the trucks had an antifreeze leak or coolant. They get the fuck off the line. They got him off the line. I'm like, this thing is ran like professional. Hell, it's run better than an NMRA event. That 660 street race, no trailer nationals, is run better than any NMRA race. Oh, it looks just talking shit. It's called talking shit. Orlando Chavez, thank you for showing me some great street racing channels. Valley Street Racing, the talking and just the camaraderie they have, I envy. And the street racing going on in 660, woof. Unbelievable. I have a shop in Connecticut that builds small block Fords, race Thompson Speedway. If you're interested, hey, EJ Eke Bachi. I have a shop in Connecticut that builds small block Fords, races at Thompson Motor Speedway. If you're interested, I am interested. But again, once the Fairmont goes 850s, the reason I want to go 850s in the Fairmont is to sell the fucking powertrain, get it out of my life, have someone build it. I'm not going to give it a fucking deal, but I'll give you the best deal I can. Control pack, motor, everything. A lot of people probably won't be able to afford it, but I'll sell it. Are y'all going to tune Stang Mode's GT500? I don't know. Again, if he wants to get tuned by us, he can. I hear you, bro. Do a Gen 3 Coyote NA, G101, and a Black Magic clutch, midnight second car, 2,700 pounds, and drive it on the street. Maybe even take it to Coyote stock for the hell of it. Very good plan, Cassius R. Orlando Chavez got me. Madman Rich, I'll wait for the notifications. Shane, 19 Mustang on GT on the 85. I've changed the spark plugs twice in 8 months and multiple three PO300 codes and a PO61 code. Got a compression check, 190 all the way around. Any ideas what's going on? Shane, is it a manual? And if it's tuned by us, let us know, and we'll see what we can do about it. Kesha's, okay, already got that. Aldo Nava, good morning, Alex. Can a 13 fit a 28-10-5? Absolutely. Absolutely. You need relocation brackets to run a 15-inch wheel on a S197 for the sway bar. Sway bar, it just cocks them down a little bit or up so that you can fit the tire in there. LS tuning a stock 350 on flex fuel worth it? Is tuning. Okay, I thought it said LS. Is tuning a stock 350 on flex fuel worth it? Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. It's 12-to-1 compression on a GT350. And if you can get E85 in it, absolutely. It's gonna like it. It's not gonna make 50 more horse. It's gonna make 15 and it's gonna feel better. Josh Bergman says that's a good channel. And if you haven't seen Street Racing Channel, check it out. Street Racing Channel. It's literally called Street Racing Channel. Let's go. Let's go together. This is what I do by the end of the show. I just kind of fuck around on the internet and 225 videos, 170,000 subscribers. Very nice. Oh, why did I subscribe? Can I unsubscribe? Yeah. I just want to see it. I don't want it. Tree Racing Channel. Oh, I've seen some of his videos. Yeah, nice guy. It's just not my thing. It's just not my thing. But he has a fast truck, and his girlfriend seems to be down as fuck. But it's just the channel's just kind of not my cup of tea. I don't think. I've seen some of his stuff. Yeah, I've seen some of his stuff. It's probably not for me. But I'm not bragging on the channel. It's just not a channel for me to watch. It's just not my cup of tea. That's all. I like those guys. They get right to it. No personality. See, the thing I like about the Valley Racing channel is they have huge personalities. They're crazy. They're nuts. They're betting on coin flips. The 660 channel, just racing. Just racing. Bam, 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 bam. This channel is mostly about me. It's centered around me and my stupid personality and Coyote bullshit and talking shit. But that's what I want. I want either personalities or racing, not a mix of two, which is this channel. Currently have a Paxton, or would you go JTB or turbo when looking for more power? Turbo. If you already have a Paxton, just go turbo. Jared Wells says the street racing channel, I went to school with them. Good people, actually. Yeah, good. I mean, awesome. It's probably not my cup of tea. Alex, what tires you run on your white car? Let's see some more white car content. Yeah, I just smoked the clutch. I think I smoked the clutch. I do the 2.3 and it slammed the limiter and I'm like, the tires didn't spin. So, once I actually modify it's running R888s. R888Rs, but it's my daily. So once I actually start fucking with it, I'll give you guys updates. But honestly, I don't want to fuck with it. I just want to drive it around. Currently have a Paxton in the street racing channel. I went to school with them. Okay, looks like it's slowing down here. Got about 5 minutes left before it's an hour and a half for the Peasant Chat, the inaugural Peasant Chat channel. Got about 350 people watching at one time, so hopefully y'all can watch the replay and learn a little bit. I tried to talk a little bit about vetted combos versus hodgepodge combos, but it became talking about the Fairmont, street racing channels, and a whole bunch of other dumb shit, which usually happens all the time. Everyone's like, Brian Luna versus Manuel Gomez. What cars? Brian Luna has a 7-second blue car and an 8-second truck. I don't think Manuel Gomez owns anything that fast. I think the Corvette he has, the ZR1, is a 8-second Corvette, right? Is it an 8-second Corvette? Right? It's in the 8s or low 9s. And then everything else he's been driving has been customer vehicles. So in terms of what he owns, I don't know. Maybe he owns something that I'm not aware of. But Brian Luna owns the truck and owns the blue car. Manuel owns the ZR1, owns a GT500 that's like a unicorn that's been in the garage for 5 years. It's true. And I don't know what else he owns. Yes, he did own that white F-150 that beat the Jeep in NOLA. So that would have been a good race. I don't know where it's at right now, but that would have been a fucking badass race. But I don't know where the truck is at the moment. Nick, if on flex fuel, is it a good idea to switch to 93 for winter storage? Yeah, it's a good idea if you're not going to drive the car that much. Section hate, I'll get content on that once I get the title. Once the title shows up and I register the car, I am going to go out there and go a 60 to 130 draggy hit. Put ice in the fucking ice tank, get out there, bring extra fuel, extra ice, and do a 60 to 130 draggy hit. And my goal, 3s. If it doesn't go 3s, it doesn't matter. So we'll see what happens with Section 8. Hey, Alex, Tim Fush says, I'm still troubleshooting the CJ setup on my 19. The JMS converter box is going to be replaced, but as of yet, still throwing P2119 codes. Thoughts? Again, it is throttle related. So don't say anything until you replace the harness, Tim Fush. It is all throttle related. So get the harness in there. After the harness goes on and you still have issues, you're going to have to start looking at the throttle body for issues. Plain and simple. Robert Coleman, anyone see the race with 911 Honda for 60 grand? Honda got beat and didn't pay, claimed he jumped the light. Where? Robert Coleman, where is that? Robert Coleman, let me know where that's at. I'd like to see that right after this. Mustang Mark, how much power do you guess will be on 93? Oh my God. 650, done, 650. Fucking power. How much power do you think I'll be on 93? 650. Boost, 650. 10 PSI, 650. There. Bass T says, Alex, thanks for all the info you provided over the years. I learned so much about coyotes. Never missed a show. Different time zone, though. Keep it up. Thank you, Bass T. Appreciate you very much. Mustang Mark, how much power do you... Oh, my God. He said it 3 times. Car was built back in the 90s, so it was a beast back then. Trying to get him to throw a Coyote and twins or blower in the Pinto and trying to run 8s. You don't need all that in a Pinto to run 8s. Just a blower. Blower at about 800 wheel in a Pinto, it should go close to 8s. Depending on the weight. Did you have to drop the drive shaft or exhaust? Thanks for your advice. No, I undid the trans mount and it gave me some clearance so I can get to that bolt way in the front, that little tiny bolt that actually actuates the gears on the shifter. I think it's like a 10 millimeter or smaller. Once I got that out, I was able to do everything really quickly after that. Once I figured out, all I have to do is drop the trans a little bit. Again, keep everything intact. Just undo the 4 bolts for the cross member. Drop it, obviously put a jack under it or a dead man and bring it down and you can access that bolt really easily. Dude, it was cake as shit. Single on 3 kit and a 14 with a power glide, 1 street class. Ooh, badass. Hello, Alex. Lund tune a 15 GT with a Roush Phase 1 and the IAT2 harness with the Dead Rat, aka X4, or do I need an Engage? We can tune it with the Dead Rat, absolutely. Madman Rich says it was a Porsche that won. Robert Coleman says it's Tail Boogie up north. The Porsche owner is from Turkey. What's a good 60 to 130 draggy for a non-performance package 19 GT with all the goodies? Somewhere what in the 8s? I'm sorry, 8s or 9s. My red car did that. It went 9 something in 60 to 130. It went like 9 something. I forget, maybe 8. I gotta double check what the red car went. But it's like single digits. The white car at 700 wheel went 7 something, 770 or something like that. The Fairmont went 490. Nick M says E85R tune gain on GT350 10 to 15. 10 to 15, not 20, not 30, not 40, 10 to 15. Marco Bala says, what is the lightest Mustang ever made? Probably a 1986 or 85. 86, I'm sorry, an 86 or an 87 option delete car. I'm saying notch option delete car. I think, unless we're talking like back in the 60s or back in the 70s, I don't know. But from my generation, it was like an 86 or 87 option delete car, manual crank windows, no power, nothing, no extra wiring. That was a drag car to have back in the day. A absolute deleted, nothing, tin can from the factory notch Mustang. Don't forget to bring a towel, says Towley. Marcos Pun says, doing a stock Gen 2 Coyote swap on my Fox with twin turbos, auto supporting mod, shooting for 8. Is it worth doing head studs, head gaskets, valve springs, planning and pushing the engine? Yes, absolutely. What do you think about the twin turbo Coyote cars, the 470 swaps, manual valve body? I think that's good, but I don't think the 470 is going to hold up to that much abuse. But Sergio, aka Ego Breaker, who has a Celine Fox making 1,000 wheel, has a 470 in it, and it's living. Chris Ragsdale says, going to get flamed out, but selling a D1X Pro Charger used and a brand new 4 Innovations fuel system, dual pump, AK, has everything you need. Ragsdale C94 on Instagram. Great show, Alex. I learned a ton from you. Thank you. Not a problem. I don't mind promoting shit. This is the peasant chat. I do what I can. Mateo Maldonado says, I have an 11.7 and 121 with my stick 13 GT. People keep telling me I'm full bolt on when all I have is a Boss manifold and 410s. But I just know how to drive. That's all. State Trooper Mustang LS. I saw one I saw a white State Trooper Mustang here, Gen 3. I'm like, that thing looks like a regular Mustang, except it has black tinted windows and extra little lights. Then when he lights them all up, fucking looks like a Christmas tree. I'm like, ooh, I'd like to have that car someday. Peace out, Alex. Always pleasure watching. Have you answer my questions. And Madman Rich says, the only thing that sucks about street racing definitely is need a guy to hold the money. Always have someone else hold the money. I'm out of here, guys. Peasant Chat episode 1 is over. So make sure to keep yourselves available Sunday mornings before football, before church. Hopefully you can get a little, learning on. And I'm going to do 2 a week. The regular normal paid chat will be on Tuesday, 8 o'clock as always. Thank you guys for listening. I appreciate the 300+